All right, welcome back to the Knives Fast channel. Guys, it is value day. How would you like to pick one of these three knives for around 50 bucks? Now, this one's about 55. These are under that. But yeah, this is going to be fun. So three sweet EDC folding knives around $50 from CJRB and Artisan. Let's jump in. Now, we're going to do the one first that I've already reviewed, but I'm going to show you another version. This is the Artisan Simoon. If you go back, you'll see I've already reviewed this guy. Stonewash blade, AR RPM 9, and blue G10. Now, this one's blue G10. I did a blue G10 one with the black blade, but this obviously is a Stonewash blade. I wanted you guys to see that. Now, again, a little bit of lock stick, which is interesting because this one does not have a coated blade, just a little bit, but it has this recoil lock. We're going to look at that again in a minute on the bolt. But on the Simoon, it's got this kind of cutlassy shape. Very cool. AR RPM 9, great size in the hand, good sharpening tool, very thin and slicey. Check out my video on that. But this one is 50 bucks. 50 bucks. I will leave a link down below, and that'll give us a good jumping off point to go right into the CJRB bolt. Now, the bolt is very similar. Hold on, I'm trying to get the box. The bolt is very similar, but it has a drop point blade. Different shaped handle, of course, than the Simoon. Same locking mechanism, but more of a drop point basic blade. Blue G10, black AR RPM 9 in this case, okay? Now, you have the recoil lock. Now, funny enough, this one feels a lot lighter. Excuse me. It is a little bit thinner. It is a lot shorter, and it definitely has a lot more weight reduction. It's got bigger pockets. So if you look inside the Simoon, it's just got little holes in there. In the case of the bolt, it has big pockets, okay? So this one is quite lighter. It reminds me of, shall we say it, a bug out. And it kind of has that idea. We have inset liners. Again, we have black liners, black blade, orange thumb stud, black hardware, blue G10 with this very cool texture that gives it plenty of grip. Now, this one has a tiny bit of lock stick, but that should go away with the coating. Very nice as far as cutting. Wow, that was fun. Definitely a very slim, slicey cutter. Very much like a pyrite or something like that. Very, very cool indeed. Now I've scuffed up the blade. Yeah, black G10, reversible clip. Okay, good 4-finger grip, flat scales, but for 50 bucks, I mean, come on. Decent clip, carries very slim in the pocket, as you can see. No issues with that. Comes way out to the end, dead center. Just has 2 standoffs. Does have a lanyard hole as well. Jumps out pretty good. Jumps out pretty good for a spring lock. Definitely is on bearings, as you can see. Falls down real easily, no problem there. The recoil lock for a lot of people is super fidgety, as you can see. And in this case, this one is really nice. And it's already, I can feel like it's breaking in quite a bit. No blade play, no lock rock. Again, 50 stinking bucks. What do you want? Now, there are, it looks like 3 versions. A blue one, a black micarta, which is $100, and that one's in S90V. Very cool. It's contoured black micarta. And then there's a titanium one. Again, that one is $199 with S90V. So it's really cool that they have several options. By the way, in the G10, we have black G10, blue G10, and OD green G10, and they do have Stonewash blade on the OD green, and this one is 50 bucks. But if you want a fancy schmancy one, they've got titanium, they've got contoured micarta. Really, really nice. As far as specs on the bolt, and by the way, I deliberately didn't give the specs on the Simoon because As I said, you can check my original review. 3.25 inch blade length, 0.11, very thin on the stock, nice jimping, flat ground blade, black PVD coating. It is a drop point, G10 handle, ARRPM 9 blade, 7.46 inches overall, 4.21 inch closed, and 2.68 ounces. I mean, come on, 50 stinking bucks. Now, if you want something that looks a little fancier, but is right in that same budget range, this is the Glacier. And the Glacier in green micarta, okay, and aluminum over exposed steel liners with a button lock and a black coated ARRPM 9 blade with a flat grind. Very simple spear point looking blade, but very elegant. This guy is $55, and it has a really elegant look to it. In my opinion, pretty beautiful. Now it comes in this one. This is the Glacier. If I said the name wrong, it is the Glacier. And there's a wood handle one for the same price. Okay, how cool is that? So you get some cool options. Now this one is 3.54 inches on the blade. And 0.10. We'll cut with it. Very thin blade. Jimping's way back here, so not really where your finger's going to land. 4-finger grip, and you're kind of locked into the back and to the front, and it feels pretty good. Now, it is slightly contoured, as you can see by the banding in the micarta. Flat up front here and contoured in the back. And this guy is ARRPM 9, 59 to 61, 8.03 inches overall with a 4.49 inch close length, 3.25 ounces for the micarta version, and 3.14 ounces for the wood version. Really interesting indeed. And how's this one for slicing? Holy Moses, it is very smooth. As you can see, I've got all this tape over here, so it's going to be all gooey now, but that's okay. We want to show you guys how it cuts. Clean this up a little bit. Really, really smooth and cool. And now it looks gummed up and gross, but that's okay. Very cool. Now, this one does come way out to the end. Not quite all the way. Does have 2 barrel spacers. The lanyard is on. There's a lanyard loop here that moves. It is a reversible clip, and it comes out to the end, and it is centered. When we're open, there is a little bit of play on this one. Now, can probably be tightened, but again, it's a pass-around knife, so I don't mess with it. No lock rock, a little bit of blade play, okay? And very smooth indeed. So $55 for this one, $50 for the Simoon, $50 for the Bolt. Really cool. Let's do our friendly neighborhood comparisons here. Whoops. There we go. The Ontario Rat 1 is going to be bigger than everything. Okay. The Ontario Rat 2 is going to be smaller than everything. So there's your kind of in-between size. Okay. Your Tempest Knives Microburst is 7 inches and smaller than everything. And your Tempest Knives Pinion is going to be roughly the same size as the Glacier and the Simoon, and a little bit bigger than the Bolt. Now, the Bolt, to me, like I said, is the one that's getting a lot of attention, and I get it. It's more like kind of like a bug out kind of thing. It's a little bit heavier than a bug out, which means because it actually has liners, and you can't. Well, you can move it a little bit, but not a lot. But yeah, 3 really nice. I mean, come on. $50 for fantastic knives. And I know some of you are going to be out here going, ARRPM 9 sucks. Don't believe the hype, guys. I have cut with ARRPM 9 again and again and again, and I have not had issue. I am not a crazy hard user of knives. And just because Laren Thomas said it's not made right does not mean that the steel is garbage, okay? It is absolutely not. It has held up well for me. And I'm just not a hype person. Everybody says MagnaCut is the only thing to buy and everything else, and I just don't go for hype. I go for practicality and price and use, and to me, these are absolutely A-okay. So Again, if I take heat for that, I take heat for that. But it's just the way I feel about it. There's no reason to get too bent out of shape on steel unless you're one of these guys that is just punishing steel day after day after day after day. Then, yes, go get some better steel. All right, guys, like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell to all. Let me know what you think. And thank you for watching the Knives Fast channel.